Tonight, President Trump weighing in on domestic abuse allegations against Northeast Ohio Congressman Max Miller.
Taking questions in the Oval Office, the president's had this to say about the Republican lawmaker who served as a White House advisor during Trump's first presidential term.
He's a good person. I mean, I always thought he was a very good person. And I'm going to let the families figure that out. You know, those families, I know they're working on it. It's a very sad thing, especially when you know somebody so well, to be going through that. But it's accusations.
In a video yesterday, Miller denied the abuse allegations made by his ex-wife and an ex-girlfriend. He also vowed to stay in his re-election race despite mounting pressure to drop out. And that pressure is not just coming from Democrats.
Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trow is live with us tonight. And Morgan, even some Republicans are now calling on Miller to step aside.
Yeah, Katie and Rob, here's what I found. Well, yes, there are plenty of Ohio Republicans who are not happy about these complaints and these allegations against Congressman Max Miller. They also are not happy about the idea of losing a key U.S. House seat.
Perception will judge people's voting.
The increasing tension in Ohio's 7th U.S. congressional district race is worrying local Republican officials, like Medina County GOP Chair Jim Renacci. Republican Congressman Max Miller, who has consistently denied allegations of domestic abuse, represents that district, Cleveland's western suburbs, Medina, Wayne, and Ashland counties.
People don't like the idea of having somebody in Congress who may have, as alleged, abused his wife.
While Renacci remains supportive of Miller, he acknowledges that the district is split. Some liking the work that the rep has done, while others say that they can't vote for him and may sit out this competitive race.
There's not a lot of time for another Republican to step in, which is really problematic.
Someone who's encouraging voters to stay home on this race is conservative activist Mark Pukita.
I would just like to see him step down.
And Miller's 20-minute live stream didn't increase his confidence.
I have nothing to hide.
Pukita said that the video was disturbing, pointing out a moment when Miller responded to his ex-wife Emily Moreno's claims of abuse, where court records show that she said he grabbed her arms and shoved her against a wall.
If I had assaulted her, would she had offered to cook me dinner 6 days later?
That was just textbook. If you looked at that performance yesterday morning, you'd say, I want to stay as far away from that person.
Politicians on the federal level are getting involved. Senator Bernie Moreno, Emily's father, also responded to the live stream, saying, in part, Max Miller needs serious psychological help. He's a danger to my daughter. He should not serve in the House of Representatives. Renacci is frustrated by the senator's response, and Miller argues that Moreno's only speaking up now that this has become political.
I understand he's defending his daughter, but at the same time, he might be hurting the Republican Party by eliminating a guaranteed seat in the U.S. Congress.
I asked Renacci where the line is when it comes to defending your family from alleged abuse versus helping the party.
He could have been defending the situation a year ago. It's the timing that is somewhat concerning.
Yeah, Miller says that he is not getting out of this race and he's confident that he will win this fall. But each of the Republicans I've spoken to today and over the past week say they're not as sure about that victory.
All right, Morgan, thanks for all that. Question. Last week, a lawyer representing Miller's former wife asked a judge for a temporary restraining order against the congressman. I understand there's been movement on that today.
Yes, Moreno's attorneys have asked for a temporary restraining order against Miller because they say that he's been physical with them, grabbing them outside the courtroom, as well as other behavior that they call harassment. The judge just set a date for that hearing, which will be in late August.
A lot to digest there, Morgan. Thank you so much.